Welcome to the CoachSpeak podcast, built for coaches, by coaches, hosted by Jamie Bolton and Dustin Martin. Sponsored by Ray Crowther, providing the nation's best athletic training equipment since 1932. And R4 Football Systems. Accelerate everything by decoding the game.
Hey guys, welcome back to CoachSpeak. Dustin here with Jamie, and a special night for us, man. Little CoachSpeak update. Before we get going, I want to shout out to our sponsors, Team Builder, Tsunami Bar Sports, and Pro Quick Draw.
Yeah, guys, just wanted to give you a quick check-in. It's kind of a special episode for me and Dustin. You know, we're going to kind of talk a little bit today about, some updates, on our coaching lives, and also give you a lot of information on what we built to kind of help coaches and build a broader community. But man, it's been kind of a wild ride. We haven't done one of these since the very first episode in season 2, man. So I'm glad to get back on with you.
Yeah, man, it's been fun, man. And shout out to all our great guest speakers. We've had so many great guys, total, combined from when we started, but especially, 2026 has been unreal, and when we don't have time to fit in one of our check-ins, that the guest speakers are really, really good. And guys, we don't want to take away from the knowledge that other people have, because we know you hear from us all the time. I talk about, knowledge over application, and Jamie talks about the backside dig, and y'all probably have heard those comments about 17 episodes. So we want to make sure we keep bringing guys on here that mix it up. And man, I'll be honest, I got to get a new notebook because I'm taking so many notes over here. And if y'all could see the amount of sticky notes on my desk right now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I try to take nuggets all the time, and it's hard because it's almost like we're overwhelmed with all the information, and I just try to take the little things, but I'm glad we have it documented so we can go back and look at it. And that's going to kind of feed back into what we're going to talk about later with the platform that we built. But and being able to access all of our shows like as a resource themselves, so we can go back and look at them and search for them and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, man, what's new with you, man? You're
Hey, man,
not at Rock Hill anymore, man. You
no,
left me.
yeah, dude, I
Me,
can't, man. It was back in December, so technically I haven't had a place to coach in going on 5 months now. So finally solidified a place to coach, and excited about that. It'll be at Catawba Ridge next year. I'm actually going to be helping on the offense, so I'm excited to take that dark side I've been doing the past few years and try to apply that. But excited to go there and help, and honestly hope to shred some people this year through the air. I'm going to be helping more with the pass game, and I'm super excited about that.
Certainly that's going to help that, the defensive side of things, how to exploit more. And that's always good about going on the other side of the ball. I mean, I'm excited for it. You're going to help that staff, and a lot of respect for Coach Lindak and, what they do. We've had him on and man, just really fell in love with his process and what he does for his program. So that's really cool, man. I'm
good dude, good
for you.
people. Good dude and good people, and the 80 is a really good guy, and just super excited about that, man. And, I think my game planning process that I'm going to try to focus on is literally just about the defense. So, shout out to everybody we play this year. I'm going to study your defense like I'm calling defense. It's like I'm going to try to figure out your structure and your tendencies and all of those things. But nah, man, I'm excited. I'm a ball coach. It doesn't matter. You could put me coaching the water boy. I just want to coach ball, man, and have a good time and compete and impact some kids.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. Yeah, we're in the middle of we just got done with OTAs and off. We had like an off week or an off month, and now we're getting into spring ball I guess this week. And yeah, man, we're in the full blows of it. Again, this is my second year in a row. I guess this is my second year. I mean, obviously at Rock Hill, but I was in the same position at Kings Mountain. I was there for 2 years. The first year was kind of trying to get the wheels just rolling, and now year 2, it's like you got so much more of a head start. Not only just with the football side of things, but like the weight room,
everything.
So yes, everything.
It's
man.
crazy to think you've just hit a year. Like you just hit a year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
this weekend.
Yes. Like you just hit a year. Like it feels like, it happened so long ago, but when you think about it, it was 365 days ago. Like we were coming in the spring at this time. So, I think the big thing you got going for you, man, is, those kids know who you are. Those kids know who most of the staff is, and they know how y'all operate. They know what the expectation is, how you practice, how you compete. They know all of that. So, like you said, it's just you're like light years ahead. So
yeah,
that's really
that's
cool.
exciting, man. Get a good group of guys, good group of coaches, and see what we can do, man. But it's a lot
Yeah.
easier going into year 2, but also a lot more, I think, expectations too. So we know how that goes. But
Yeah.
it's good to have high expectations. I'd rather have the higher expectations than the lower ones. That's for sure.
Yeah. Y'all got a
But
tough schedule too.
we do.
Tough
Roster's
schedule.
a lot better just from a developmental piece, and then some pieces that
Mhm.
came in. But you look at the schedule, and there's no like, hey, we're gonna win that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of wild. But I'm excited for it. That's why I'm there. And
No doubt.
I hate we can't play each other. Are we scrimmaging?
I don't know, maybe. I think so. I think
That'd
so.
be awesome.
That'll be fun, man.
Well, you won't be on
That'll be
defense,
fun.
so it's not gonna be that fun.
Yeah, it really won't, man. Nah, man, it'll be
We're
good. It'll
good.
be fun. It's funny because, I was talking to them the other day in the office and I said, Jamie might be doing a little bit of some of the same stuff we're doing in terms of personnel and formations. I said, so I'm sure that if people play both of us, they might see a little bit of blending at times
100%.
because
Well, I'm
as
interested to
everyone
hear what you have to
knows.
say too, like, because you have a good perspective on, like you're not a cookie cutter mentality. Like you like to, take a
Yeah,
system and then kind of make it your own. I'm really interested to, I mean, after the season,
yeah,
really kind of dig into what you learned from,
hmm,
Top Ridge's offensive staff,
yeah,
and then what you were able to implement, and then I'll
yeah,
probably help me too. Like, hey, Jamie,
yeah.
you might want to,
Different
think
ways
about
of
this.
thinking. Yeah,
Like
yep,
this worked for us. I love that. I
yeah.
love that stuff. Um,
Yeah,
and
definitely
it'll
looking
give you,
forward to
yeah.
that program wise too,
Mhm.
kind of see how Zach does some things, so
Right, and it's always important too, to think about, like, when you're a coordinator, you have to think about a lot of staffing, installs. You kinda get this, like, you don't really have a whole lot of time, and at least not for me, maybe I don't process like that, where you have a lot of creativity throughout the year. I have, like, a small window where I feel like I have to learn things, and then what fits our system, and then we kinda have to roll. I think for you this year, you're in a spot, man, where you can have that creative mind kinda throughout the entire like, summer, in the season, and I'm very jealous that they get you over there.
yeah, no, man, it's crazy because it would be similar to kind of what we were doing originally, for
Mhm.
started calling the defense. I just look forward to, like you said, I get to just be a creative mind and see it from a different angle because it's kind of like, the new baseball stuff, that ABS stuff, like
Mhm.
people can sit in the stands all day long and see the ball and strike a lot better. But it's like, think about crouching down right behind the catcher. Like you don't have the same view. It's just like calling offense or calling defense
Mhm.
from the box. The view is different. And it's like, and I think that comes with position and titles also.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you have so much going on, like you're saying, you don't have that view. You don't
Right.
have that person in the bleachers view. Because man, it's it's easy to not be in the moment and have the right answer or the right call, but when you're in that moment, you may not see it that way. So, but yeah, I think it'll be fun, man. I'm just excited to try to dissect each person's defense.
Mhm.
I want to, are they sound? Are they not sound? And I don't ever get a chance to do that. I would talk
Yeah.
to you about it, but it's like I'm super excited to see all the people in the area, in York County and say, okay, what are you doing defensively? Like, what is, because
Yeah.
obviously I have a high expectation and standard of defense. So I'm excited just to see what everyone else's kind of looks like.
Yeah. Should
That's
be interesting. Should be interesting.
no
Well,
doubt.
good deal, man. I think we're ready to get into probably what everybody's tuning in for. Honestly, we've you've done a really good job marketing this the last couple days, and but no, guys, we're extremely excited to launch CoachSpeak Pro. This is a platform that me and Dustin have been thinking about really probably since we started the podcast, and it was something that we really wanted to dive into right after the football season because we started to figure out like coaches have all these resources at their fingertips at like all the time. Everything's for sale. You got all this stuff, and it feels like, man, I got like 17 tabs open like all the time. I have like a grading system, and I have Huddle, and I have my Google Sheets that are scattered everywhere, and so like I don't know, man. I just feel like when we sat down, we really wanted to map out a platform for coaches is to streamline a process and create an ecosystem that coaches could dive into that gives them everything at their fingertips. And so the idea was the coach in mind. Like, what is the benefit for the coach
Yep.
to be basically streamline everything from resources to managing their entire program. Um, and then having everything in their pocket that they could do everything on our platform, man. So excited to kind of dig into that tonight.
Yeah. And I think it's important to, like you said, Jamie, it's a platform built by coaches for coaches.
Mm,
A lot of these, companies and organizations and platforms are built by people who have never been in the seat that the people who are going to use it. And I think that's super important. Obviously, I'm in an athletic director role, and it's so easy for me to relate to the head coaches and what they're going through because I was in that role a year ago. So
mhm.
I think when we sat down and kind of talked about this originally before we knew what kind of platform was actually even going to be built, it was like, how do we take our pain points that me and you go through, who are like type A organized guys, how do we take those 17,000 things we have open and combine it into one? And, if you've been listening and sticking with me and Jamie for a little while, you understand we're process people. We want to have an efficient, simple, aligned process. And I think that's kind of what, if I had to sum, what is this platform? That's what it is. It is to make a coach's life easier and organize it, and everything they need is right there, whether it's out of season or in season. We've kind of thought about building this platform where it's a resource and a tool that is going to help you from January to January. It's not just
Yeah.
hey, purchase us and use us in the season. Purchase us, use us in the off season. So that's just a little bit more added
Yeah.
into what it is.
And I think too, another reason we built this, me and you, is because we knew that we would be the ones developing it. Like so guys that are listening, when you guys see this released, no one else has touched this. Like the only hands that have been on this are mine and Dustin's, and we will continue to do that. So all the developing that happens beyond like launch date will be us, the
Yep.
coaches. And then the cool thing is we already have a lot of people that we are in contact with all the time, very, social media and whatever. So whatever you guys want, there a lot of chances that stuff will be included. I mean, we
Yep.
don't have all. It's not, um, the end all be all on this
Yep.
launch. We feel like it's, ready to roll out of the box right now, but there's obviously going to be some evolution involved as the game changes, as technology changes. We'll be able to integrate those things seamlessly
Yep.
into our platform to be able to help, and that's what I'm excited about because it's not like it's just built by us. It's like it's going to continue to be built
Yeah.
by us moving
Through the
forward.
trials we go through. Like
Yes.
we're going to go
Mhm.
through something or something that we do every year in the off season or the summer or the season, and it's going to get added in. So,
Mhm.
shout out to Jamie. He did most of the developing part, his hand on it. I tried to here's an interesting part to kind of share about mine and Jamie's a relationship. He says it best. He says Jamie is a big visionary. Like that's what he has over me. No doubt about it. He's a visionary, and then I am the person that basically evaluates the vision and like
Yeah,
we need to do some of this, change some of
that's
this,
right.
like oh, this is
Yeah.
great. Did you
You're the
think about
realistic
this?
version of my,
But it's like
visionary
but I
side,
think
yeah.
that's why we work so good
Yeah,
together is
100%.
we have strengths that are similar, and then we have completely different strengths that we are
Mhm.
both weak in the other person's strength. And so I think that is the big part is, and we take this motto after Hans from Ray Crowther. There's
Yeah,
no egos. We listen. We want it to be the best of the best. And that's how we approach this. So I think Jamie's kind of saying, like, guys, get fluid in it and test it out and look at it. And we're going to have a way where you can suggest, man, it would be really cool if this was a part of it. Or this would be really
yeah,
cool if it could be able to do this. And, and that's the best part about this being in-house. And, shout out to Ian Tatum. We brought him onto the team, and he's doing a little bit behind the scenes helping in the last month or so. But man, we're super excited, and it looks very clean. Jamie's done a great job with that part of it, and we're excited to start impacting coaches past speaking, because
yeah,
that's the way we started out as, hey, we're going to impact and try to help coaches by bringing people on, talking through pain points and through
yep,
what we all go through as coaches for coaches.
right.
Now we're trying to provide something that's in your hand that's going to help you specifically in what you want to do.
Yeah, it's like you say all the time, coach, and we're fixing to dig into this thing, but, like, we are literally trying to provide as much application of all the knowledge that we've gotten from all our guest speakers and then, other members of our CSPN and all that. So, yeah, guys, let's dig in, man. So we're gonna get into just each feature. We're not gonna belabor the point, but we do want you to know what we've built and what we put in for you so you can have, a little bit of an idea of what it is. So the very first thing you're going to see is like a home screen, just like most applications. So really, let's just talk about what it's going to be in the form factor of an application on your phone. You can use it on a tablet, and it's also web based as well. So you'll be able to use your device, whatever device you want will be fully compatible with every feature. Now, some features you'll probably want to do on a computer. As we get into it, you'll probably see why, but you can certainly do it on your tablet or on your phone. It's just a smaller screen size, but it certainly can happen. And it is an actual application for your phone, and it'll be a web based. So the home screen, let's just talk about the home screen really quick. So we call this Pro HQ. And so the headquarters of this is where you're going to land, and you're going to create a profile. It's going to ask you to sign up. You'll create a profile. And then your profile actually have, Dustin, if you don't mind going into your profile screen real quick. Um, and basically, you're going to put in some information, and that information that you put in will will allow our system to curate content for you specifically based on your interests. So, whether you're an offensive coordinator, a defensive guy, a running backs coach, you even have an opportunity down here to uh, select what types of content that you like to see. And then, so what that does is it allows the home screen to filter that content, whatever we have on our platform, right into your home screen. So whatever's new that relates to you, you're going to be able to have access to that. And there's different categories, obviously, but you're going to be able to kind of flow through that. It's a living feed for you, and so we're really excited about that. And then there's also a search feature in this as well. The more you use it, the smarter it becomes for your coaching style.
Yeah, and I think one thing, just so everyone kind of knows, if you're looking at the screen, you can tell up here, it's got my name, the school, and then the position that I have. So obviously it still says defensive coordinator for now. And kind of what that does is it's going to automatically create what it thinks as a defensive coordinator immediately, what I should be looking for. So there are different categories in here that Jamie was talking about. So what's in the Pro Vault, what's in the Pro Systems, what's in the CSPN, and it will give you suggestions based on that. But you can go deeper, as he said, but I think it's really cool that every time you log on, anything that's new will pop up specific to your position, which is awesome.
And as we pump in more content, that stuff's going to populate on your home screen. Like, so you'll never really have to, I wonder what's new. Let me go dig in these folders about like what's new. You're actually going to see the most updated, and we have it programmed to give you the most updated, newest, freshest content. So we're excited about that. And then the search feature is really good too. So yeah. So that's Pro HQ. That's that personalized football command center for your content and everything kind of new. So really, really neat. You want to go on to the next one, Coach?
Yeah, man. So the next one we're going to, not we don't have to really show it. We're just going to kind of talk through it. The next one is CSPN. So CSPN. So obviously we got some great CSPN partners. We have me and Jamie, obviously the CoachSpeak podcast where it all began. We have Coach Ian Tatum with his Tatum Clinic series. We got Coach PJ Gibbs and his defensive lab, and we got Coach Tony Schiffman with the Hog Football Chat. Something me and Jamie are really excited about, and it's been really fun recording these episodes, is we have a Dialing It Up podcast. So, we kind of came out the gate making sure that we were trying to help build coaches beyond the X's and O's. Some of our podcasts are a little bit more scheme-based, some are not, but we wanted to have a podcast that was specifically about sharing our screens and talking through schemes and strategies. So it's called Dialing It Up. This specific podcast, Dialing It Up, will be for our pro members only. So the first one is available for everyone. Once you make an account on CoachSpeak Pro, a free account, you can listen to the first one, but they've been really, really fun to record. We don't believe there's a one-horse town. We don't think that you should only be listening to CoachSpeak podcast to be the best that you can be. So we have created connections and met people where, we listen to their podcast as well. And that's where this is going to be. And we're super excited about the CSPN umbrella.
Yeah, we're excited about that. And these are guys that we really, really know and trust and believe in, and obviously we're connected with, and they're excited about being on the platform too. What we're trying to do is kind of create this hub, and then have all these little spokes as a part of this entire process. So we're really, really excited about not only this feature, but just the coaches that we're working with too, and so forth. But yeah, so the next thing, guys, the third phase of this platform is the pro systems. And so we wanted to provide content, for all members. And look, this is not like you come and buy these courses or you buy whatever, like this is included. So every piece of content included in the membership you get for as long as you want. We want to have curated videos that me and Dustin really, really sat down and said, what do we think that our users can immediately get better by listening to and implementing into their programs. And so that's what we've done with pro systems. And so you can look at offense, and this stuff's all included. So it's got my entire quarterback development series in there. So there's at least 4+ hours of quarterback drills and cut ups and all that stuff. We have other systems. There's courses and series. And so this is only going to get bigger and better. There's probably going to be around 50 hours of content at the time of launch. And then obviously that's only going to grow from there. But again, we're trying to make sure that we are picking what we feel like coaches that we know and trust, and then them making specific videos that you won't be able to find on any other platform. So these are going to be all exclusive to CoachSpeak Pro, and you won't be able to find them anywhere else because we curated exactly what we wanted the content to be, and we chose the coaches specifically because of their expertise in that content area. And so, again, this stuff is being built by coaches like by us that we know exactly what we'd like to hear. We're also including strength and conditioning in terms of football performance. And so Travis Webb has released a series about how to develop basically it's the performance playbook, as you can see, but how to develop like a really robust performance training program for your football team specifically. And so, and he's an expert, and he does a lot of stuff, outside of CoachSpeak Pro, obviously with his company, but he is creating exclusive content that only you guys are going to get, and it's catered to the football program, and that's going to cover everything that you need, like right out of the box.
Yeah, guys. So the next part that we're super excited about is, me and Jamie, we're film junkies, man. We love watching film. We love studying the newest and latest schemes and strategies. So me and Jamie, as a organization for CoachSpeak, we said, man, we got to get our own Huddle account because, man, we need more hours on Huddle because we can't be taking up our school's Huddle hours. There's a lot of film already on there. So me and Jamie have a CoachSpeak Pro Huddle that we have gotten, and basically it's our Huddle. And what we're going to do, just because we love letting coaches grow, is it doesn't cost anything, but we're going to give access to our Huddle account. It's not a, hey, become a member and pay to be on our Huddle account. No, it is, you believe in our mission and our vision, and you're a CoachSpeak Pro member, and we're going to give you access to an account that only me and Jamie have access to, something that we truly enjoy. Basically, you'll be a part of the CoachSpeak Pro Huddle, and everything that's on there will be available to you. And there's obviously a couple of things on here. This is all of our stuff that we like to watch and see. And, we're going to have different things added, and sometimes we'll remove some things and add some new things, but just a nice little touch we wanted to give you access to. It's something that we personally are interested in, and we said, you know what, like, we don't mind sharing it, so super excited about getting the opportunity to share that with you.
Yeah, and what's cool too is you guys be able to like, hey, there's maybe some tape that I want to see on there. Can you help us out? And yeah, we could probably see if we can get our hands on it or something like that.
No,
But yeah,
yep.
you definitely have access to the CoachSpeak Pro exclusive Huddle account, which I think adds a ton of value. And like being able to watch all the film and kind of geek out on that stuff. The next piece, and really, the next piece is called program. Okay. And this is really the heart of CoachSpeak Pro. This is kind of where we feel like users are going to get the maximum amount of value. And so what you'll do in program is you're going to manage your actual football operations right from the app. And so when developing this, we always thought it was like super cumbersome for coaches to have to like log into 2 or 3 different services. It gives you access to a bunch of tools, but it's not just a bunch of tools. So we wanted to streamline a process for the coach for everything in their program right out of the gate. So there's a flow to everything. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to onboard your staff. You'll be able to go in there, change permissions and roles and whatever. And then you're going to upload your roster. It's really easy to upload a roster. You can see the roster right here. You can brand your program with whatever colors that you want. You're going to upload your logos, and it's branded for your program. But the roster features are excellent, but it's fully custom. It's fully editable. You can put their emails in there, all that stuff. You also have a depth chart feature. So the depth chart takes your roster, puts the kids in the depth chart by their position group automatically. So everything just uploads automatically by their position. And so very, very seamless. And then you even have like a starting lineup, based on different sets. So let's say you're a 10 personnel set on offense. Now we're going to click on 11 personnel. So now you got your Y in there, you got an H back set, 20 personnel, and all you do is you click who the starter is, then you click the two backups and you're ready to go. So really, really cool features. Let's go to the calendar. So now the calendar is a fully editable calendar. You could, obviously download that as a PDF, fully customizable with what kind of events you want, the duration. It is as good as Apple calendars or Google calendars or whatever. You can actually have several calendars to show to like parents and players and staff in game week. So if you wanted to, download PDFs of just a player calendar and hand them out, you got all that. Same thing for parents and so forth. So really robust calendar. So if we just click on right here, all right, now I can go to master calendar. I can put it on the parent calendar. I can put it on player. If I just want it on, just the parent calendar and the master calendar, I could do that. We have categories down here that you could do. And then when you download it as a PDF, let me give you an example here. You can export the calendar by month. So if you just wanted the July calendar or June calendar, I think this is where we are definitely set apart with all these other calendars. I wanted to make sure as a coach, hey man, I don't want the whole calendar, but give me June. Let's go, June and July. I just want that calendar to send, do out. You can export it. So analytics, I think we win on this too. I'm not going to get into all this because I think there's a lot of proprietary stuff that we don't want getting out, but you're able to load. And this is really cool too. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't hard to load anything into anything that we've done. So everything just is downloaded from Huddle. So you download the Huddle Excel sheet and you upload it right in, and it automatically renders out based on your columns. And so that's a really neat feature because what I'm able to do now is I'm able to map these columns to what you specifically have. So we've gone ahead and had these presets in analytics that we use personally. So, if it's an identity snapshot, their tendencies, their defensive call, their offensive plays, and everything is sorted perfectly. I can't wait to go through this in more detail. We've gotten a lot of feedback from coaches on this too about what they would like to see. And this is something I'm definitely going to use every single time I game plan because this is exactly what I need. Guys, we also have a practice builder. Okay. So the practice builder is absolutely insane. So, what the cool thing about practice builder is, it allows you to create like any type of group period you want. You got indie group, you got your shared offense and shared defense. You can do a team period. You can actually link. This is something too. When I was building it, I was like, well, how do I link? Let's say I'm doing indie, but I want to link the running backs and quarterbacks together, like you would do in a spreadsheet. Well, now you can just link the group. So I can link, quarterbacks and running backs together. And so now they have the same indie activity. So now you can add your script to any period that you want. So you click the plus button, you add new script, and now you have your script name, down, distance, offense, motion, play. You can save the script. It's excellent. All right. And all that generates at the bottom when you export as PDF. So the last thing I want to talk about is game plan. The game plan feature allows you to create these game weeks. All right. So when you create your game week, in creating this, it's like, well, what do I do as a coach? Like, what's my workflow like? And so this is where the heart of the program really lives. This is where you're going to get your efficiency. This is what sets CoachSpeak Pro apart from all the other offers out there, like all these other analytics and AI this and AI that and all this stuff. This is where the workflow and the game planning all kind of merge together. And so we give you a preset workflow with these tools for each week. So we do like, the first step in any workflow is like review. So we're going to get a self scout review. And so when you do that, you're able to run all your self scout data. Okay. It's going to print out a bunch of cool stuff for you. You can customize that as much as you want. All right. The next piece is you're going to grade players. So there's a grading feature inside the workflow. And so as you grade players, all right, that grade is going to be saved with that player, not just for this game, but they're going to have a total grade throughout the year that will then be rendered on the roster and depth chart, et cetera. So you'll be able to see their living grade throughout the year, but also see their grade. You can also export all this and send it to the players really, really easily, integrated in here. So right when you're done with grading the player, you can come all the way down, hit export, and then email it to your kid right from this system. Again, it's all included in here. You have your focus areas. All right, so your areas of improvement. So after you do your grades, It auto-populates your grades. It's really, really cool, and it tells you what you've done well and what you've done wrong per position group. And so now you can, start to build out, your thoughts on what you need to improve in. We also have a depth chart feature that lives right inside the app here too. So now you can set your depth chart for that week. And then you go to your game week planner. You can set your calendar up to whatever you need for practices, lift times, all that stuff. And then at the very end, you can do your practice builder inside that week flow. And it helps you build out your indie from a self scout perspective, but it also helps you build out your team scripts based on what you want to run, based on what they do. I can't wait for you guys to kind of dig into that. That kind of fully entails what program is. It's not just a bunch of tools. It's a weekly workflow concept to help you guys stay super organized and efficient.
All right, guys. So we're going to kind of talk about the last feature that we have in CoachSpeak Pro. We call it the Pro Network. And man, what we really wanted to do is, Twitter's a really great thing, and we're not trying to replace Twitter or X and by any means, but we do think that there are some things that a lot of people don't want to share out there just into the world. We put a lot of hard work in some of the things that we build and whatnot. And so we want to have a place where coaches feel comfortable and safe that they can come, and all of the CoachSpeak Pro members have a place to talk and ask ideas and maybe be a little bit more vulnerable than you would on the internet, because we know people on the internet. I mean, just look at what happened this past year. There's a Power 5 offensive line coach that gets blasted because somebody didn't believe in the drill that he's doing. You know what I mean? We want people, and we got a good feeling like Coach Ian Tatum will be great for this. And it's a chance for everyone to share their resources and just to connect, man. And that's kind of what we want. And that's our vision and whatnot. And guys, before I forget, I want to make sure too, I know that there's been a lot of information coming at you about CoachSpeak Pro today. All you have to do is it's a free account through CoachSpeakPro.com. It allows you to set it up as an app as well. But eventually we're going to host webinars and demos and kind of walk through this stuff for our pro members, specifically to help you and go through it more in depth, because we do know this can seem like a lot, but once you learn how it's been designed for each part to simplify and make this easier, we think it will really be beneficial. And the Pro Network is not just for, it can be general topics, but also it can be more specific. Like you can click over to the special teams tab if there's something special teams wise. So super excited about that. But yeah, Jamie, you want to close it out?
Yeah. And guys, we're excited about this. We're talking 1,000 miles an hour. Obviously, this is a system where we want to filter out as much noise for you as possible, and get all the meat and potatoes in another platform like Coach, like the messaging features here, like with guys that you know and trust. The cool thing is everybody's profile, if you want to, you can link it to your Twitter account. So that's really cool. So if you make a post, then, somebody can actually click on your, Twitter handle and go to your profile on Twitter and, that whole thing too, which is another cool little feature that we have just to try to keep everybody connected throughout. But no, man, we're really excited. For this launch though, and you guys that are listening, we wanted to reward the coaches that believe in what we're building early. Okay, so CoachSpeak Pro will be originally priced or officially priced at $349 per year. Okay, but for the first 100 coaches who join, we'll be offering $200 off. That means early access for just $149. And this isn't just a discount. It's really an opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a platform built to change how coaches organize, collaborate, and operate. But the first 100 members won't just be users, right? They'll be the founding coaches helping shape really what this platform becomes. And so, once those 100 spots are gone, we're moving that price back to the original price. And you got to use the promo codes. We're not just offering this this $200 off to anybody out there. We're only doing that for our hardcore listeners. And so that promo code we'll have in the show notes, but it's CoachSpeak200, all caps, for that $200 off. And if you want to onboard your staff right now too, we're going to give you 50% off staff packs. And so that's that promo code is StaffPack50. And so we'll have that in the show notes. And guys, if you've been waiting for a better system to kind of simplify everything from your football workflow, this is your chance to get in early, honestly, at a low risk for you.
Yeah. And that's the thing we want to make sure, guys, like me and Jamie aren't doing this to make a ton of money or get rich or anything. Like, we are here trying to help coaches, and selfishly, everything that Jamie and I listen or guest speaker we talk to or platform we create, we're solely kind of selfishly doing it for us because we want to continue to grow. The value we have put the price point on this is what we truly think low end this is worth for a coach for a year. Because I mean, there are people out there that charge $300 a year just to have access to a Huddle account. There are like subscriptions that are over $1,000 a year that provide like 1/25 of what CoachSpeak Pro is offering coaches. So we wanted to make sure, like Jamie said, we're not posting the CoachSpeak 200 code anywhere. This is for our dedicated listeners and followers that tune in every single week. And we want to make sure that, you know, like Jamie said, we want to minimize that risk for you. We want you to be able to get in early and get that price.
Yeah, guys. So just to kind of pull all this together, you know, we didn't build this just for content. We built this for coaches. We built this for coaches who need better systems, for coaches who want to save time, to want to organize their staff. They want to keep learning and want one place to do everything. CoachSpeak Pro is not just a platform, it's the football operating system that honestly, man, like I wish I had years ago. So we've put our heart and soul into this. We believe in it. Get in there, see what you think. And like I said, like I'm pretty much the developer of this thing. So like it's got to go through my fingertips and we'll listen to you guys. And if it needs to be changed or whatever, there's no middleman. Like you're talking to the person that's doing it. And I couldn't be more proud to do that for you.
Yep. Guys, super excited to get this out there for you to get your hands on. By the time you listen to it, it is alive. Go to CoachSpeakPro.com and create a free account. You know, at minimum, you can create a free account and you can explore the app. There's just some features that aren't accessible, the content you can't watch, but go check out the Dialing It Up podcast that we're doing. You know, there's a one episode for everyone, for the public, all free accounts. And, you know, just give it a chance. Go to CoachSpeakPro.com, create your free account and just explore, and feel free to reach out to Jamie or me. And if you have more questions on a specific topic of, man, really looking into getting CoachSpeak Pro, can you tell me a little bit more about this? And we can kind of help dive in and give you more of a overview of each part of it. But we're super excited to get this going, man. And as always, we're hoping to grow the coaching community, and me and Jamie are actually looking forward to using this upcoming season, the program part for sure. But guys, we're super excited, and feel free to reach out if you need anything.
All right, guys. See you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning into the CoachSpeak podcast. If you're interested in being a guest speaker on the show, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at CoachSpeakPodcast1@gmail.com. And if you have a question for our Q&A segment, don't forget to submit it through the form in the episode description. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.